Oh, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Come on in here, cowards. Come into my warm bosom. Come here. Let me hug you. Let me rock you. A lot of guts being lost in Heat Nation today. Come here. You're all in fear that Mike Greenberg's going to laugh in your face in 6 days. Calm down. It was a bad performance yesterday. A stinker, no doubt. Got a haymaker from the Boston Celtics right out of the jump. None of your starters played well. Bam Adebayo forgot how to hold a basketball. Kyle Lowry thinks he plays for the Celtics. And Jimmy Butler has been playing like it's a February regular season game. Now, that being said, you're up 3-2. You have 2 more tracks to close this series out. There is no must-win Game 6. That doesn't exist. Charles Barkley will tell you that it doesn't. All you have to do is play better basketball. There's no extra pressure on the Heat. There's no mounting pressure on the Heat. The Boston Celtics have just played a lot better than the Heat the last 6 quarters of this series. That's the series. It's not anybody choking. It's not any mystical destiny. They wanted to trade their entire team 72 hours ago. Don't be Boston. Don't be those fans. Don't be those guys who are like, oh, this guy's got to go. This guy's got to go. This guy's going to go. You were all smooching everybody's ass 3 days ago. So, that being said, I'm not going to just let it skate by on what we saw yesterday. It was horse bleep. Terrible performance in the TD Garden. Really, really bad. Jimmy Buckets. I don't know, dude. This is not the killer instinct that we have seen this entire postseason. They've decided to collapse on Bam, have every guard strip at his hands, and he's decided to let go of the basketball a lot and give them points a lot. That's really the story of it. I mean, like, yes, they were lighting up from 3. That's to me, that's not that crazy. Boston's a good 3-point shooting team. The turnover thing to me, that's what's been inexcusable about Miami over the last 2 games. That to me is the biggest Achilles heel, because that is typically Miami's formula of success against Boston. Boston has the 2 stars that give the ball to the other team left and right. You take it from them. You go get easy buckets. You get in transition. That's been the formula for success in every game Miami's won in the postseason against them for the last two seasons. So to see them flip the script on Miami with that to me was the most concerning thing out of everything. You got to protect the basketball, especially when you're on the road. You get that team going, and you were basically sunk from the time it was 20-5. It was like, you were already in an uphill climb. So yeah, you're gonna hear that everybody's gonna be like, they're gonna make the bold prediction that the Celtics are gonna come all the way back. Need I remind you, they were in a worse position last year. The Heat, they were down 3-2 going on the road, and you needed an epic Jimmy Butler performance to keep your season alive. Much worse than what you're facing, which is season at home with a chance to go to the NBA Finals. So they have a lot of stuff they have to clean up, though. There are some concerns. One of them seems like it's going to be okay, and that was Gabe Vincent. Gabe was out yesterday with the ankle injury, and very noticeable because Kyle Lowry was one of the worst players on the court. He was terrible yesterday. And I don't know, like, here's the thing. With Kyle, everything now I divert to is just, is he hurt? Because he looks exactly like he did when it was not the Knicks series. The Knicks series, he had Tom Thibodeau crying and weeping into a blankie. He's like, oh, Kyle Lowry won't stop stripping my 7-footers.
Why the shots, man?
Well, I'm just saying that's how it was.
Why the unnecessary shots?
It wasn't unnecessary. I'm doing
a
a context thing, Vlad.
Tobin, our series is done.
I'm doing a context thing. I'm just saying Kyle Lowry goes from one of the most important players in a playoff series to now he looks terrible. And so I'm only to do, like, is he hurt? Like, because he's been dealing with injuries all season and he's old. And let me tell you something about the old. The old don't like just 1 day's rest.
Oh, no, they need many days rest.
The old don't like 1 day's rest. Kevin Love, Spo seems completely rats off a ship on him. Like, he's doing a respect thing where he's like, he lets him
just
start. But, I mean, I don't know what that was. For first quarter, once he sat Kevin Love down, Kevin Love was done up until, like, the fourth quarter where they're like, let Kevin Love go out there. Get some run, Kevin. Play for Bam. Which actually, that fourth quarter team showed a little guts.
Duncan.
Little guts. Get Duncan Robinson some help. Get him some help. Duncan Robinson's playing like a maniac. You guys are just going to waste this? They can't do anything with him. He can shoot.
He could pass now?
He had 9 assists yesterday. 9. Duncan Robinson. You guys don't show up for him? For shame. For shame. So it was, it was disappointing. I hate that team. I hate losing to Boston. I hate this Jaylen Brown taking my own slogan, don't lose, and flipping it on me. That I don't like at all, because he had his stupid don't let us get 1. And they said, well, let us get 2. Don't lose. I'm like, damn it. That's my thing. I started that series with you. You don't get to steal that Jaylen Brown.
Are you getting a little worried there, Tobin?
I'm not worried. I'm just annoyed. I'm annoyed because I'm annoyed because I know what's coming today, what it's going to be. Everybody's laughing. Oh, we told you the Celtics. Everybody's so excited because the Celtics are going to make a run. They're going to make history. And yes, look, the only thing that really makes me nervous is staring down at the barrel of humiliation and history. That's it. Like, this season has been great so far, but I would have rather them just be. I would rather you blow a 3-1 lead than a 3-0 lead. You can't be the first team.
Guys, calm down.
You can't be the first team.
Tobin, calm down. It's 3-2. It's not 3-3. If it's 3-3 going into Game 7, then I can understand. It's 3-2 going into Miami. Relax.
I'm with you. That's the thing is, like, they're in a golden position. They got 2 more cracks to close this thing out. It's never been done before. I got to think they can rally. We've seen this Heat team be able to adjust in series. I feel like Spo can get Bam in better spots. We saw a little bit of it in the third quarter, already starting to figure some stuff out, but the game was over. That was crazy. They shot 76%, and they lost the quarter? That was nuts. Nuts.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Woof.
I know that feeling.
Woof.
Game 4, Miami.
Yeah.
Shoot 68%, still lose the quarter. No, that happens.
But Jimmy's like, this is the thing. This isn't rocket science. Like, you look at the Boston Celtics, and this has kind of been a stars-driven series. And when their stars have played well, whoever stars have played better, that's the team that won. The only real outlier for that is probably Game 3, but it's not like Miami Stars didn't play well. It's just their role guys played amazing.
Yeah, but Jimmy had his imprint in that game.
Yeah, Jimmy had his imprint in the game. And this is one of those where it's like Jimmy was non-existent yesterday, and Bam was very noticeable in how awful he was yesterday. And Kyle, they didn't have a starter who played well. Max Strus, I probably shouldn't have said it felt like a Strus night. I don't know what's going on with Max Strus. They've completely neutralized him the last couple of games.
Let's break it down, Turbo. You know the Heat have not won since the 3% shirts came
out. Yeah, but here's the thing. I've heard some of that, especially from Robbie the Degenerate and SDI. They're yelling at Leroy for the 3% shirts. But the thing with the 3% shirts is the mockery is still there. Like, you said they had a 3% shot, and they're up 3-0. I don't regret them. And they weren't my idea. They were Leroy's. Mush. I will hold on that over his head forever, though. Thank you, Vlad. Noted. So I can get off this Bobrovsky stuff.
I'm just saying. He did bring the 3% shirts. 2 in a row lost.
This has been today's an odd feeling because it's the first time the Heat fans really had to feel alive all playoffs. Had a little bit of it in Game 6 when the Knicks came back here, but it's the Knicks.
Unnecessary shots.
I'm not taking unnecessary shots. It's the truth,
shots.
And I'm just saying that now it's like, people are sweating it a little bit. I'm not. I'm okay. I have confidence in this team. I've seen them in worse situations. And you know one thing that gives me an eerie confidence about them? Usually when the things look worst and everybody's starting to count them out, that's always when they bounce back and do something amazing. That's what their MO has been all season long. I'm talking back in the regular season. When you think it's over and people, I remember the faces I saw at that Bulls game. And everybody was like, oh. It was like a funeral. You walked in there. And I was like, told everybody, I said, when you think that they are packing it up and they look done, that is when they will surprise you with a big bounce back. And to Boston's credit, that's kind of what their MMO has been too. when they have looked awful and everybody's ready to write them off. And boy, were they ready to write them off. You know, want to know who's a fraud?
Who?
This Isaiah Thomas, little guy.
Oh, little Isaiah.
This guy's liking every tweet about there's a karma, there's a curse, there's a this, there's a that because of how they treated him. Then yesterday, he's like, don't lose game 6 because game 7, you got no shot. Hey, Isaiah, you like the Celtics or you don't, dude? Pick a side. I saw that dopey Paul Pierce there, too. He picked Celtics in 6 or Celtics in 5. He was wrong. They continue to show him, though. Idiot.
You're annoyed.
I hate that team. I hate that team. I hate that fan base. Of course I'm annoyed. Of course I'm annoyed. I was annoyed with yesterday's performance. I'm not going to act like I'm not pissed off about it, but I'm also not like, oh my God, it's all over. Get out of here. 2 more shots to go to the NBA Finals when you jokers all thought they weren't even going to be here. I got faith. I'm not going to start, cowering in fear. They got some adjustments they got to make. I don't know. The thing with Kevin Love is like, look, I don't understand if you're not going to play him meaningful minutes at all. What's the point of his feelings, And I'm not saying yesterday was on Kevin Love because I don't put the responsibility on Kevin Love. But from a Spoelstra standpoint, I don't know what you're doing there, right? Like, at that point, why not just have him be your backup big and start Caleb Martin? Caleb Martin's arguably been the Heat's second best player in this series. At times, has looked like their best player. Been their most consistent player for sure. And that guy deserves to start right now. I don't understand what we're doing there. It seems a little weird that they're just putting Kevin Love out there for Kevin Love's sake because you did it with Kyle. It's not like what is Kevin Love going to do? Quit? No. He's going to go. He's going to do his he'll find some spot for him where you can put him in there, But I don't understand this whole idea of starting him for just looks. That's really what they're doing because as soon as he's subbed out, Spo doesn't even think about putting him back in. It's not even like, should I put Kevin Love? Oh no, Kevin Love's still a turnstile. Let's put him back out. Let's not put him back out there. So I'm sure that will be one of the adjustments going into game 6. I think there will be a switch in the starting lineup. Well, I guess there'll be a couple technically because Gabe will be back out there, hopefully. But those 2 vets who are, I think, so big against New York, I'm not taking a shot for that. I'm just saying what it was. They've been non-factors in the Celtics series. Non-factors.
Do you think every round of these playoffs it's just matchup? It's just the matchups. Like against Milwaukee, they were effective. Against the Knicks, they were effective. But against Boston, they're not. That's why they're not being utilized more.
You mean the old guys?
The old guys. Like Kevin Love was.
I think this is a bad matchup for him.
Yeah.
I think this is a bad matchup for him because they like to play small anyway. And then even if they were to go big with Rob Williams, like they had some success against it. That's why they probably want to get away against it because they figure they could probably, get around Kevin Love. It's just one of these things where I think that Spo has to look at that and be like, look, I need to play Caleb Martin as much as possible. Have to. You have to. Play him as much as possible. He's been excellent. He is, and really has shown no fear at all. Because they've gone from basically not defending him at all in this series to now he's just cooking everybody. I just feel like that guy's got to start. And ultimately, that is probably the move that he'll go with. But doesn't really matter if Bam and Jimmy play like this. If Bam and Jimmy play like this, you will be on the wrong side of history. They have to play better.
But you worried about getting killed on the boards. And
that's definitely been a case.
That's the reason why I love his starting pick, maybe.
Yeah, but it's not mattering, is it?
Not mattering.
It's not mattering though, is it? Right?
No.
Like that was the thing that they made that adjustment in the Milwaukee series where Caleb was starting out of the playoffs out of the gate and they got crushed on the boards. And so they brought Kevin Love in to start. Okay, you understand it. But that was a little bit different because, you got a Brook Lopez. He's, an ostrich. He's going to stand in his corner and do his thing. And then you didn't have Giannis until game 4. So you were kind of already in the midst of it. Like, this is one of those things where I think that the first and third quarter have been huge in all of these games. And, I do think that you want to get off to the right start on these things. But ultimately, it does come back to Jimmy and Bam. That's the biggest thing. I didn't realize how long I've been talking about this series straight. Let's take a quick break. If you guys want to get into some calls, 305-567-0560. If you're a coward, if you have guts, I'll hear it all out. 305-567-0560. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Back with more for this. We'll talk to Leroy next Tuesday. We are out Memorial Day, I will mention. Win or loss, we're out Memorial Day. Just so we know, I'm not coming in sans pants if we win, and I'm not hiding if we lose. I will be here Tuesday. I'm enjoying a 3-day weekend. You know you will be able to get reaction from me from the game immediately afterwards anyway. So I will be boots on the ground tomorrow. Very excited about it. Love being boots on the ground. Especially to see a trophy, dude, going on in the finals. That's all I'm thinking about right now. Anyway, we'll hear from the some of the Heat players and Eric Spoelstra after yesterday's loss. But before we get to those headlines, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Thank you, Vlad. Let's hit a couple calls here. Adam, what's going on, man?
Hey, Tobin. How are you guys doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm well. I don't agree with you with that Kevin Love point. I don't think he's the match was best for him this series. Putting Caleb in the starting lineup might be a fix. I don't know. But we saw what Kyle Lowry did in the starting lineup yesterday. I just don't want to tinker with that bench rotation. But I was going to suggest, and I want to get your thoughts, what do you think of Haywood Highsmith, his minutes? And
I thought he was awesome.
We were,
I got to be honest.
Him in the starting lineup.
I know that they were up 3-0 but Haywood Highsmith oddly has had some of his best games against the Celtics. And particularly on Jason Tatum. He did a great job on Jason Tatum. Now, Jaylen Brown did feed him some buckets yesterday, but they were tough buckets. Like, Jaylen Brown just had it going yesterday. I love this matchup with Haywood Highsmith. I really do. Now, I mean, you did get a very hot shooting Haywood Highsmith game yesterday. I don't know if you can count on that again, but I love what Haywood Highsmith brings to the table. I just think that he brings a physicality on the wing. Jason Tatum's a very, very big guy. And so I just think it adds something there for sure, especially with not having Gabe, you know? So I just think that with this series and Kevin Love and having so many guys athletic on the wing, yeah, I would definitely find a place for some Haywood Highsmith minutes to see what he can do. But I wouldn't expect, like, he's a defensive guy. I wouldn't expect that you're going to get, that kind of offensive production from him like you did yesterday, because he was good at every which way. Michael, what's going on, dude?
Yes. I think it's pretty obvious that the starting lineup has to change. If you look at Game 4, the start of the third quarter was when we got our, butts whooped.
Yep.
And Game 5, the start of the first quarter is when we got our butts whooped. But other than that, we've been playing them even and actually have a better score for the other quarters when we've made the switch in the rotation. It's just we need Gabe back and we need to put Martin in. And I think maybe start Duncan over Strus. That could be possible too. And if we do that, play heavy minutes, our best rotation, I think Game 6 will be either close or we'll win, All
right. Thank you. I don't disagree that I think that the Strus thing, Strus is it can be streaky. So it's like I don't want to be rats off a ship on him. I don't think you go like a 3 guys in the starting lineup have to change. First of all, if Gabe's back, that's going to naturally put Kyle back. So that's one piece that you don't have to worry about. And Gabe's been so good in this series. Hopefully that this ankle injury doesn't hinder him too much, but you never know. But I think the other natural switch, I would just put the guy I think that you should just start from jump is Caleb. I don't know about moving Duncan in the starting lineup and benching Strus. I think you keep that the way that it is. I don't think Strus is like a complete negative. Plus, I don't want Duncan in foul trouble like right away. Like that is the one negative you had. Duncan was kind of starting a run for them. And then because he had that specialty that he has of 2 fouls in 2 seconds, that, once he got his third foul, you had to sit him down. So that was a bit of a bummer. But he is playing awesome. I mean, you have this weirdly, this is the most confident I've ever seen Duncan Robinson. Like it's a weird thing. Like
last year and a half, right?
Not even just since he's been getting a little bit more run in this playoffs, it's the most confident I've seen him because he's like, they don't know what to do with him. Like he's cutting to the rim. He's dishing.
Handle? When did he have handles?
I mean, I was making fun of him earlier in the year, to be honest with you, because he was like working. I like watch him in these warms. I'm like, oh, you're gonna use that floater. I'm sure I'm gonna see that a lot. And dude, he's worked his ass off. You could definitely clear. And I tell you what this probably is, Vlad, when they have these practices, the guys who don't play for the Heat, they basically play pickup at the end of practice after everybody's done. And I just think that he probably gets some work at that stuff. He gets some confidence in it because he's getting some confidence in it. And I think that's probably what it is. But
he gets, what's funny to me right now when I look at Duncan, when he drives to the hoop and he gets fouled, like he's supposed to get an and when he's looking at the referee.
He gets no respect.
And the referee's like, I think the referee's shocked. Like, did you just drive the ball aggressively and score?
There's never been a more disrespected man by the officials than Duncan Robinson. It's ridiculous. There needs to be one day there should be a study about how the officials have treated Duncan Robinson, mistreated him with ticky-tack calls and non-calls. It's ridiculous. This man needs to make the officials answer for their crimes. And I'm not complaining about officiating from yesterday. I'm just saying overall in his career. Wish we could blame it on officiating. Wish I could blame somebody other than the Stars stinking up the joint. Oof. Chapo, what's going on, Chapo?
Oh man, how we feeling?
Feel okay, man.
What's up with all the long faces around here, man? This is crazy. Can I do some quick basic math for these gutless cowards, please?
Do it.
All right. So let's just say theoretically, game 1 in Boston, we're the underdog. We win game 1. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay. And let's say Boston comes back, defends their home court in game 2, and they win. That's okay. We split home court, stole home court. Is that good?
Yeah, it's been the formula.
Okay. Then let's just say theoretically, we came and protected home court 1-2 in a row. We're up 3-1. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay. And then let's say Boston's back against the wall. They win game 5. Is that good? We're up 3-2 going into game 6.
I would take that.
Okay, what's the series record right now? Is that 3-2 Heat?
Let me check, Chapo. Let me just check. Fact checker. All right, hold on one second.
All right.
Let me look. Box score. Heat are up 3-2.
Oh, is that good?
That is good.
Oh, okay, Tobin. I hope you have a great day.
All right, see you, Chapo. Chapo! Wow, that did make me feel better. Although it's not, still like there is the looming death of doing something nobody's done in history.
They have to listen. You know what? Let me ask you this. Do you remember the 1996 finals? Do you remember? I mean, I know, there's the rumor that Jimmy is Michael's illegitimate child, but do you remember the 96 finals?
Refresh me.
Bulls were up 3-0 on Seattle.
Yep.
Seattle won the next 2.
Then how to close it out.
Bulls closed it out game 6.
Yep.
At home.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
It happens, dude. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen a lot. Like, you could look at the numbers. I get why everybody's nervous because the national media is going to fuel this. They didn't want the Heat here. They are dying for a story like this for Boston to come all the way back. And also, it doesn't happen very much. Like, look, they put up the breakdown of it yesterday. Series is with 3-0 leads. They put it up on TNT. Ends in a sweep. Majority of the time, 92 times. If you get a 3-0 lead, you close it out with a sweep. Then the next, you end it in 5, gentlemanly style, 44, which I am bummed when I don't have a soiree today. Then ending in 6, it's happened 11 times. And then ending in 3, it's happened 3 times. So it's never gone the way of the team that has been down 3-0, that has been down 0-3. But typically it is ended in sweep or gentleman's sweep. But it has happened, and the Heat are still in a much better spot than they were in the last Eastern Conference Finals. That's the facts, dude. Nick, what's going on, dude?
No, it's Mike. What's up, guys?
Oh, what's up, Mike? How are you, buddy?
I just want to run. Well, I'm good, man. I'm going to think about the nerves, later on, man. But if you've been a lifelong Heat fan, you just know that the national media has never been on our side. So don't fall out for the Chowderhead Nation, as I like to call all those B's up there. I don't call them the C's. I call them B's for something else. And let them be, man. They think they're running something just like the Knicks thought, just like the other Pats things. Man, we'll be all right. I'd rather be at home with our way and having one coming back on a Saturday night, because we all know that Miami on a Saturday night is way more fuego than anything in Boston could ever think. So all those chowderheads that are out there, you little Richie bitch from Bosshead, all y'all Knicks fans, you can suck one because we got it.
Wow. I mean, he went a little bit hard there.
I have to dump now. You know?
Yeah.
Why are we taking shots?
I don't know. I didn't
This
listen.
is
I didn't.
unnecessary.
Hey, you screened the call, not me. I didn't know that he was going to
I'm
bring
saying, but I'm saying this is Knicks fan.
It was unnecessary. I understand.
These are unnecessary shots at Knicks fans. Richie didn't say nothing.
Richie didn't say anything. Where is Richie? Is he okay?
Richie is okay. I talked to him the other day.
All right.
He's been trying to get on. He just hasn't.
I haven't seen him try and get on.
No,
I know what
he's
his
trying to
number
get
looks like. I haven't seen him try and get on.
I know his number too, but he said he's trying to get on, and nobody's allowed him in.
Look, it's okay. I don't need to rub it in Richie's face. Richie's a good Knicks fan. He tipped his cap. Last time we had him on, I flushed him so much that he cursed on the air. Still love him. So I'm not worried about it. Oh, there he is right now. Hey, Richie. Hey, Richie.
Hello, and how you doing, Tobin?
I'm good, man. How are you?
First of all, that clown that just came on, Tobin, I don't know why he's mentioning the Knicks.
I don't either.
You guys kicked. Wait a minute. Let me finish, Tobin. You guys kicked our butts. I admitted that, and you asked Vlad. The day after you kicked our butts, I called in, and I told the Heat Nation, congratulations.
He did.
You guys kicked our butts. But don't be bringing me into this. Now,
you didn't congratulate me, though, Richie. You didn't personally congratulate me.
I congratulate you, Tobin. I congratulate Leroy, J-Fig, all you stinking Heat fans at the radio station. I congratulate you.
What are you doing right now? Are you looking at Karl Anthony Towns trades? Like, what are you spending your time doing?
Don't be bringing that up. Let me finish what I called about.
What did you call about?
Now, you know what I smell, Tobin? Like remember Jim Bandage? And he used to say, I smell the feces in the air. And that's what I smell. You guys are doodling on yourselves. You had these guys out of it. 3-0, and you let them back in it. So guess what? You're going to lose tomorrow, and you're going to lose Game 7, and the Heat fans go home. It's that simple, Tobin.
It's not simple. It's never happened, Richie.
You let them live.
It's not simple. It's never happened. It's never happened before, Richie. It's good to finally see you. I called in,
He did.
I tried to get through.
He did. He called.
Look how easily he got through all of a sudden.
He called.
Interesting. We'll take a quick break. If you're on hold, I will get to your calls. I want to hear from Eric Spoelstra, hear from Jimmy. Jimmy very confident after yesterday's loss. Needing to play better. Back after this.